Dear students, today I am going to discuss about orientation and navigation during bird migration. Avian migration is a natural miracle. The greatest mysteries of migration is exactly how birds find their way from one location to the next. Scientific experiments and studies have showed different navigation techniques involved in bird migration. Avian migration and orientation, it is a complex phenomena. It is so many sensory organs are involved or sensors are involved. Eye, birds imprint on the patterns of the sun and stars. Complex chemical reactions between the bird's eye and the brain work with its magnetic navigation capabilities to allow the bird to sense which way is north. The bird's ear, tiny concentration of iron in bird's inner ear help it navigate using the earth's magnetic field. Beak, birds may use an olfactory map to smell their way around. The nerves in a bird's beak may help it determine the angle created by Earth's magnetic field and the Earth itself. This helps the bird orient itself to a particular place. So it is a complex mechanism involved with the different sensory organs and sensors. We study in detail about all these. Navigatory principles varies among diurnal and nocturnal migratory birds. Some of the important navigator principles are geographic mapping or the landmarks. So landmarks are used for navigation and orientation. Then geomagnetic sensing. So earth magnetic field is used as a compass or used to navigate. Sun as a compass. Star orientation or stellar cues are used as compass. Learned routes. They migrate in the same routes every year. Then the inner clock or biological clock, that is help them to navigate or orient in a specific direction. So there are several the mechanisms are involved here. Our navigator principles are involved in bird migration. The first one is geographic mapping. Birds navigate mainly by sight. The bird's eye view. So they have a very keen sight, or else they have the visual receptors are well developed. So they follow the same migration routes from year to year. Their keen eyesight and memory allows them to map their journey by geographic features such as rivers, coastlines, mountains ranges, islands, etc. They remember, or the geographic mapping of all these landmarks, they help the diurnal migratory birds using this geographic mapping to navigate or orient or finding their way during their migratory journey. Then geomagnetic sensing. Many birds have special chemicals in their brains, eyes, neck, or on the beak or bills that help them to sense the Earth's magnetic field and orient their migratory journeys. In 1970, W.T. Keaton showed that the flight in homing pigeon, it's a migratory bird, was disturbed by magnets attached to the bird's head. He found minor changes he found minor changes in geomagnetic field affect the orientation. By uh, by inserting or by keeping a small magnet on the neck or else on the head that disturb the navigation or the orientation in or the direction of the bird's flight. So thereby he showed the in case of the how the magnetic field is used by the homing pigeon. Magnetite Fe3O4 magnetite deposits were found on the neck muscles of these homing pigeon. These magnetite deposits were found in many migratory birds such as white crown sparrows, thrushes, etc. These sensitive muscles act as a magnetic compass, enable the bird to orient them to the earth's magnetic field. Many migratory birds orient correctly in cloudy weather with the help of this magnetic compass. Iron rich particles, these are crystallographical studies helped to identify these nanoparticles, iron rich particles found as a magnetite. These are the histological studies, electromicroscopic studies revealed these fine structures indicating clusters of nanocrystals, that is showed here in this the nanocrystals through the crystallographic study, then histological study and electron microscopy. All these studies help to identify these clusters of nanocrystals adjacent to the ophthalmic nerves. So the ophthalmic nerves, they are the one, they are sensing these the nanoparticles, the magnetite nanoparticles, those are located on the beak. So there are two systems of magnetoreception. The one magnetoreceptory system is located in the retina, is visual magnetoreceptor is necessary for migratory orientation, that is located in the retina. Then another system, magnetoreceptor system, is located in the upper beak and is innervated by the ophthalmic branch of the trigeminal nerve. So the trigeminal cranial nerve, so that is the fifth cranial nerve. The magnetic map governs the navigation of migratory birds across long distance. So you will see this is shown here, the trigeminal nerve or fifth cranial nerve that is involved in the magnetoreception. So the magnetite particles, they are found on the beak. These are you can see the iron bearing non-magnetic vesicles, then iron bearing particles and clusters of magnetites. So their orientation is going to be sensed by the sensory system of the ophthalmic branches, and they help to they convey this to the brain, and according to the changes with respect to the earth magnetic field and the changes with respect to these magnetite particles, nanoparticles that are sensed with the help of the iron bearing non-magnetite vesicles and with this ophthalmic nerve. So that is helping the orient the bird and navigate the bird in the particular way or in a specific manner. This is what you can see, geomagnetic sensing. Then birds use the sun as a compass for wayfinding. Sun is used as a simple compass, and direction of sun rays provide information for orientation. So this the experiments of German ornithologist G. Kramer so demonstrated that birds can navigate by celestial cues, the sun during the daytime and stars during the night time. He used circular cages and studied the spatial orientation of migratory birds under controlled conditions. Kramer concluded that birds maintain the compass direction by referring to the sun. This is called sun azimuth orientation. So what is azimuth? Azimuth is the, you will be able to see here, the azimuth is the angle alpha, is the compass direction from the sunlight. So this you can see, this is the compass, this is the angle alpha, that is with respect to the sun rays. So that is called the sun azimuth orientation. The bird orient depending on this azimuth orientation. So this when the Kramer deflected the true angle of the sun with the mirror, the birds maintain the same relative position to the sun. This shows that these birds use the sun as the compass. He used circular cages for this experiment, and he found, this is what you can see, the birds navigate through the during the day with using the sun rays as the for the direction. So this you will find in this circular cage, this is the direction of the sun rays. Then the bird is oriented in this direction. So this is the angle alpha or the azimuth. That is what you will find, the angle, that is the azimuth is the angular direction of the sun or the star in the sky, with reference plane is the horizontal, the area of the ground. So with respect to this, this is the angle alpha. So with this azimuth orientation, the angular orientation with respect to the sun rays, the bird will orient itself. This is what. So he confirmed this by putting a mirror in the direction of the sunlight and deflected the sunlight. So then also the birds followed you can see, depending on, this is how he could able to find out how the birds use the sun rays as the angle, the azimuth, that is the formed from the sun rays, used as the direction for the orient themselves for the migration. So this is what when it is deflected with the use of the mirror, then also it followed the same the angle with respect to the sun rays. So this is what you can see. So when the further he proved, when the Kramer replaced the sun to the electric sun, then also the birds oriented itself according to the electric sun. So here the bird's biological clock makes the necessary adjustment quickly and orient themselves with respect to the sun. So here the sun used as the compass. Then the star orientation or stellar cues, or the star constellation used as compass. So the nocturnal migratory bird, they use star positions and the orientation of constellations as the navigation direction. This is this was proved by Sass and Emlen's planetarium experiment. So in their planetarium experiment, they used the many birds, and they found that the birds can able to detect and navigate by the north star axis around which the constellation appear to rotate. So this is what you can see, in the planetarium experiment, they used these the birds with the help of the ink pad, and how the birds navigate or orient themselves with respect to the star constellations they are detected. He followed Wobbler's flying direction inside artificial starlit planetarium. He found birds fly southeast as their regular migratory route. He then rotated the planetarium, he found warblers orient themselves according to the southeast direction based on North Star axis. So the many birds, they oriented in a north direction in spring and towards the south during the autumn migration. So this is what they investigated or they found using the planetarium experiment in the caged birds. So this the learned routes. So navigatory experience of older birds together with the orientation cues, sense of time, sense of direction bring out the highest accuracy and regularity with respect to wayfinding. So that's the reason their the regularity of their migration, because of accuracy of their migration, because of this the multiple phenomena. So it is the learned, the so many cues helping them to learn the wayfinding, and these are used for their migration. Birds also have the amazing ability to see whole spectrum of colors that are invisible to human. So the eyesight and the other sensory mechanisms are the highest development one can see in the birds. So that help them to taking so many cues to orient themselves. So in this cartoon you may see, so the birds, they are flying low and near the and also the shorter distance, they use the landmarks as their cues. So the birds use the middle distances, and there you can see olfactory senses are helping them to orient themselves. Long distance migratory birds, where you can see they use sun positions or else earth magnetic field as their compass. So these are the ones, so many orientation cues are helping them to for the way finding. So then the biological clock. Biological clock or the inbuilt clock, or else it is called chronometer, helps them to navigate and make necessary adjustment in their movements during their migration. So Schmitz and Koenig, that is in this book you may see this in their various experiments with respect to the homing pigeon, the migratory bird, they proposed vector navigation hypothesis. A vector composed of endogenous time program, that is called circadian rhythm, that is the biological clock you are going to study later. So that is the endogenous time program, that inbuilt time program. So circadian rhythm, which determines the onset of migratory activity and departure based on fat deposition and development of new feathers, all these so together with the endogenous time program. So onsetting of migratory behavior together with the genetic component, there is a inherited program that tells these birds, the young ones, in which direction they have to fly and how long they have to fly, all these you can see. So this is the genetic component will navigate the bird's direction. Hence this circadian clock is a multi-oscillator system. It is a multi-oscillator system. It is there is a circadian rhythm, there is a physiological interaction, you can see the fat deposition, hormones, then there is the sensory system that is conveying the information to the pineal gland, then suprachiasmatic nucleus in the hypothalamus. All these you can see it's a multi-oscillator system comprising pineal gland, the retina, then hypothalamic suprachiasmatic nucleus, then the genetic component. Altogether they coordinate migration and orientation in the bird. So it is a complex phenomena. There is so many research and scientific studies you will find with respect to the navigation. It is a really it is a miracle what you see in the birds migration. You can study more about all these going through these studies and scientific papers. You can it is a very interesting things. You can get a lot of information with respect to this orientation and navigation in bird migration. Thank you.